Hey guys, I got a lot of reviews. Why do I always forget my glasses? Anyways, I got a review for this movie that just went off. That's going off Netflix like in a day. I'm lucky I got to see it before it went off. I wasn't originally gonna do a video about this. I didn't exactly feel like reviewing it, but after watching it, I wanted to talk about it, because I really enjoyed it. The movie is Gods and Monsters. It stars Ian McKellen, Brendan Fraser, and Lynn Redgrave. Yeah. Uh, so the story's about uh, Frankenstein director James Whale, who directed the original 19 Frankenstein, and he's not exactly uh, he's not exactly he's gay. Yeah, he's gay, and it's about him and his last days with his life and his relationship with Nam Nam, a man named Clayton Boom. Played by Brendan Fraser, and also his maid's in there, played by Lynn Redgrave. Now, this movie is great. I really enjoyed this movie. It's really good. I I and yeah, it's a really interesting story. It's directed by Bill Condon, who did a pretty good job writing and directing this movie. Although some of the writing is just a little off, but yeah, like it just sometimes, like towards the beginning, it felt like a little off, and sometimes the scenes with Brendan Fraser and Ian McKellen, like there's some weird scenes. I'm not saying they're bad because they're weird. No, like it just kind of felt a little awkward to me. So it's not like a movie that I want to rewatch again and again. And it's interesting. It's like interesting about like how directors hold on to their work, and it's really interesting. I love true stories about directors like true story movies about directors like Ed Wood. That's my favorite movie of all time. I love those types of movies, and I'm trying to think of one right now. I'm looking on my Blu-ray collection. I guess Saving Mr. Biggs, kind of. Yeah. Bill Cunnan. Let me tell you a little bit about his work. He worked on what's it called? The greatest movies in the world. Great movies. He's directed this great series of movies. Uh, it's got Anna Kendrick in it. No. Yeah, well, yeah, it has Anna Kendrick, but it has Robert Pattinson. I'm talking about fucking Twilight. Yeah, he directed a couple Twilight movies, and he also directed The Fifth Estate, which I thought was okay. Yeah, I thought that movie was just okay. I wasn't a fan, but this is probably the best movie I've seen from him, and yeah, it's really good. And he did a good job, doing a good job with the characters, and sometimes chemistry fell a little off, but when it was sometimes because of some of the script, like sometimes the writing just felt a little off, and that's just me. But let's talk about the the characters are interesting. They're they're real people, so they're pretty interesting, and yeah, I really loved loved the story and the dynamic. What I want to talk about, like I say this a lot, like I talk about the acting, but the best part of this movie, the best fucking part of this movie is Ian McKellen. Oh my god, this is one of his best performances. He is fantastic. Now he's just doing Gandalf and Magneto, and even though he's great at those, I mean, he's a great actor. He can do anything. He can be in He-Man, and he'd give that movie some credibility. And yeah, he's a great. He just does great. Brings so much strong, like power to this movie. He is just a powerhouse in this movie. He got nominated, and you know what? Well fucking deserved. I mean, that is just a great performance. It's like, ooh, yeah. Yes. And Brendan Fraser's also really like Brendan Fraser. Now, Brendan Fraser usually, he's known for The Mummy and Looney Tunes Back in Action. That's all I can. And I enjoy The Mummy, and I used to like Looney Tunes Back in Action as a kid a lot. Maybe if I watch it again, I don't know. Why am I talking about Looney Tunes Back in Action? I used to like Space Jam too. How did we get from Ian McKellen to freaking Space Jam? Ian McKellen to freaking Space Jam. Yeah. And so Brendan Fraser was really good. He actually brought some range. Like he's not known for being the great. I mean, he's a decent actor, but he's not. And he's likable on screen, but he was never really known for roles like this. And he did a really good job. And also, Lynn Redgrave did great as the maid. I really thought she brought some strong performances. Her character was really strong. Hannah was her character. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm gonna give it an A- just because of writing, and I don't want to watch it again. But you know what? One thing that interesting it does say, just something about like sex scandals, like celebrity sex scandals. They've been around since since the early days of movies. So that's kind of interesting to see because now you see like Bryan Singer, Roman Polanski, Woody Allen. You see people like that, and like this is like the original thing because he stopped. James Whale stopped directing movies because of a sex scandal. So yeah, so like, subscribe, and and check this movie out. It's quite good watching. It's not for the faint of heart. If you don't like gays, if you're like a person that just doesn't like gays and don't watch it. Alright, like, subscribe, and bye-bye. This review is weird.